in, and I've made one sale, $32. It's pretty slow here today, guys. Market check-in, it is 11:40, and had a few people walk around, but no more sales. Still just the one sale that I had at the very beginning of the market. Hello, Heather from Heather's Zenful Crochet here. Welcome. Today is just going to be a little bit of a recap of my market that I had yesterday, and not really a recap. I was going to go over what I made at my booths, but I haven't went over to my main booth because they pay out on the 6th, which was yesterday, but we were at my market yesterday. So I might be able to go over there today now that I'm thinking about it. Yeah, I might do that today. My husband did get my payout from my second booth on Thursday. It was like, I believe it was $78, which is pretty good. It was more than we thought it would be, but he didn't ask them for the tags, so I don't know what I sold. And they don't open until Wednesday. They're only open Wednesday through Saturday. So I don't know what I sold from my second booth, only that I made $78 as of, I think it was Thursday or Friday that he went in there, because I had him take my strawberry rhubarb pie turtle and the 2 regular pies that I made to my booth, because the Rhubarb Fest was this past weekend as well. So yeah, that's what I made on my second booth. Not sure about my first booth, but I might go there today, and then in my next video I'll just tell you, what I made from that booth. As far as my market yesterday, as you see from the couple clips that I put at the beginning, it was very, very slow. It was a 6-hour market. It was from 9 to 3 indoors, which is good because it was really hot yesterday. It was like 80, well, my car read 92 degrees when we left. Ew, with humidity. So it was not a very pleasant day. But luckily we were inside and air conditioned. As I said, it was very, very slow. I only made 2 sales. Sold 3 items, 2 sales, and I sold a total of $62. My booth fee was $35, so I did make my booth fee back, which is amazing for as slow as we were. So yeah, my first sale was $32. 2 little boys came over, and their grandma, I believe, was a vendor, and the older boy got my bigger alien, the one that I put the felt alien eyes on, that has the arms, regular arms and legs. And then his younger brother, he got the little alien that I call it the leggy alien, where the arms and legs are chains and they're all floppy. So yeah, they both got aliens, so that totaled $32. The smaller alien was $12, the bigger alien was $20. And then later, several hours later, like 1 o'clock, 1:30, there was an older gal. She had walked around earlier in the day with some of her family, and she didn't really seem too interested in anything. But then she came back, I don't know, a couple hours later, and she came in the door. I saw her come in the door because I didn't forget to tell you, when you first walk in, I was the first table that people saw. Yeah, I was the first table, and I was in a U shape. But when she came in, she came straight to my booth, went over to my Spider-Man that we made, and checked the price. She goes, I had to come check the price of your Spider-Man. I saw him earlier. She said, and all of my shirts are Spider-Man shirts, and I just figured, why not add to my Spider-Man collection? And I said, yeah, exactly, perfect. Well, she didn't have the money right then and there, so she left. And I really didn't honestly think she was gonna come back, but I don't know, like an hour later, she come in again, come straight to me. She was looking straight at me with eye contact, came straight in, gave me the $30, and she took the Spider-Man. So she just had to go gather some money and get her Spider-Man. So yeah, those were the 2 sales I had. And then there was another booth that she had some really amazing stuff. Maybe I did video her booth a little bit for my daughter. I'll put it over here. But she had some really amazing stuff. She makes, what is the word? Terrariums with animal skulls. And she said they're already, you know, not alive when she finds them. She just goes out into the woods and walks around, and she'll find, you know, these bones and stuff. So that's what she makes these terrariums with, little skulls. And there was one that was just the jawbone, and then some of them she put on like a wooden frame and put flowers in them. That was just so beautiful. She had some charms that she made out of like little tiny vertebrae bones. And then what I got my daughter, I should have took a picture of my daughter with it on. But the very last part of that video, I kind of zoomed in on it. It was like a little toe bone with the claw still on it. And she made that into a necklace. And I got that for my daughter. And because my daughter, she lives in the town the market was in. And I told her about this vendor. She goes, yeah, that sounds awesome, but I don't have any money. So I went over and bought that necklace for her. And then my daughter came to see me for a little bit. So I gave her that necklace while she was there. And she put it on and it fit her. And she loved it. So yeah, spent $6 on the necklace. Yeah, it was very cheap. Her booth was very reasonably priced. And it was very cool stuff. I don't know if she has an Etsy. I don't think she does. I didn't see where she had a business card. I should have asked her because she did some really nice work. But yeah, anyway, that was my market. I was okay with it being slow. As I said, it's only my 2nd market ever. First one this year. I was okay with it being slow, you know, get my toes wet, dip my toes in the water, see how I felt about it. I wasn't even all that nervous about it the day before, the morning of. I was a little bit nervous when we first arrived, just, you know, getting my bearings, who to talk to, blah, blah, blah. But once I found the coordinator and talked to her, she was super nice, and she came around several times, making sure the vendors were all okay. So yeah, she was very nice. So it went very smoothly. Teardown went very smoothly. We did tear down a little bit early. Like everybody was tearing down by 2:30, 2:45. It was done at 3, but there was nobody there. All the outside food vendors were already gone. So, and where the market was, it was a 4-H center. It was like on the very edge, outskirts of town. And she only had a little sign there at the entrance at the driveway. And she didn't really advertise it great. I tried to post about it on my Facebook and all that stuff as much as possible. But with the Rhubarb Fest going on in the other town, there was another town, I don't know, probably an hour away from where I was, who was having a strawberry fest that I didn't know about until, I don't know, like a month ago. I'm like, I wish I would have known that too. But they were having that. There was another town even further away that was having an art in the park. So there were several towns in our area who were doing their own like festivals and stuff like that. So yeah, the foot traffic was not great because there was just too much going on this weekend at other places. I told my husband, I said, if I get up the nerve, I might try to get a vendor spot at the Rhubarb Fest next year. I might do that. Oh, and my tablecloths, they fit perfect. Didn't have any issues putting them on the table. They're the kind that stretch down over the feet of the table. They went on smoothly. yeah, everything went very smoothly. And the two sales I had were both cash. I did do the transaction in my Square to take them out of my inventory. But yeah, everything went very smooth. I really just kind of enjoyed the day, even though it was really slow. Went around, walked around, talked to other vendors. So yeah, it wasn't bad. It was slow, but I made my booth feedback and got the experience. That's what I'm taking away from it. It got me the experience, and I realized I wasn't all that nervous. So setup wasn't that bad. Just trying to figure out where to put stuff because I didn't do a mock setup. But yeah, I got the table set up. My husband helped me set up the table, and it was good. So yeah, that is how my market went, and then what I made at my second booth, and then, like I said, in maybe tomorrow's video or something, if we go to my first booth and see what I made there. I don't even know if I've made anything there. My husband has gone there a couple different times, and it doesn't look like anything has been missing, so I might have to just I may not have made anything at that booth this month, so we'll see. So, alright guys, that is all I've got for you today. So, thank you all so much for being interested and watching and clicking in today. Make sure you hit that like button if you liked the video. And if you're not subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. I am doing a subscriber challenge, so if you subscribe, I am making a tiny little ghost for each subscriber that I gain up until I get 1,000 subscribers. I have made one little pink ghost so far. I am going to make all the ghosts in different colors. I made a pink one. I'm going to do purple, like Halloween colors, Summerween colors. So light pink, dark pink, my neon green I love, purple, black, orange, white, maybe gray. So that's the color palette I am planning on doing when I make my ghosts. So, alright guys, that is going to be it for me today. Thank you all so much for clicking in and watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.